how to kind of do that. How to jimmy up the force that you need to overcome the forces of evil. What are the forces of evil? Anything that causes you unhappiness. So, where is the forces of evil? Is it like, are they hiding in some cave in Iraq somewhere? See? They're inside of you. They're inside of each one of us. And so, you know, you have to smoke them out. You have to recognize it, first of all. You have to recognize that that's where they are. That your unhappiness is coming from one place and one place only. And you smoke them out, and then you defeat them. You battle with them, and eventually defeat them. And that takes what they call in Sanskrit virya. So virya, you know, the next verse here on I think it's your next page. Right? I'm moving like rapidly through these verses to a verse from the 7th chapter, which is, did I say the 5th chapter before? The 7th chapter is on virya, on joyful effort, what's called joyful effort. And this verse like defines it. Kim virya, kim virya. Kim, you know, you don't even have to know Sanskrit to know what that is. Kim virya, what the hell is it? See, what is that thing, virya? Virya, by the way, comes from a Sanskrit root that brings us some very relevant English words, like what? Virile, virulent, see, words like that, strong, see, strong. So what is effort? What is joyful effort? It is joy in doing good. It's kushala. Kushala means merit. Utsaha. Utsaha means joy or happiness, and can also mean power or strength. So you could say it's the strength of goodness. You could also translate it that way. It's the strength of kushala. It's the power of goodness. Well, you could also say, and this is more typical in the Tibetan Buddhist tradition of understanding what virya is, it's being happy about working very, very hard for the good things in your life. For goodness, for happiness. How's that? It's being very, very happy about working very, very hard for the funnest. For your ultimate happiness. Okay? That's virya. And then he says, here I will explain things that work against it. So, what's obstructing us from it? How come I don't have that kind of full throttle effort? You know, how come I'm diverted? How come I'm not spending every waking hour of my life working hard to achieve the funnest? Why am I, like, not clear on this concept? What's keeping me from doing what I know, actually, is the best thing for me? I think most people in this room know. Smriti, you're mindful of the fact that there's nothing else really worth doing in life than to do the yoga, the practice of yoga, to practice a spiritual life, to achieve the goal of a spiritual life. So how come we're not doing this? In the New Testament, Paul says this at some point. He says, like, what's up with me? How come I know I should be doing these things, but I don't do them somehow? I know it's good for me, but I can't do them. I'm doing these stupid things. How come I'm doing that? See? And like, it's a good question. How come we're doing this? What is keeping us from virya, from working hard? See, it's not just working hard, right? We already know how to work hard. Everyone in this room has worked very, very hard in their lives for their dead-end jobs, or for their, diplomas that will just be like trash at the end of life, and, for the cars, and for this and that. We work really hard for these things that don't really matter. And so it's not like working hard. It's working hard for kushala, for something that will matter, for merit, for goodness, for the thing that will make you happy. And then it says, and utsaha, joyfully, happily working hard. So not just working hard glumly, dourly. The dour yoga teacher, let's all work hard, and we'll be really unhappy about it all the time. So it's not like that. Being happy about working hard for the things that are good for you. So what's causing us to not do that? And he says, so he gives three main obstacles. Three main obstacles that we must overcome. And the first one we are all familiar with. Alasya in Sanskrit. Alasya in Tibetan, what? Lelo. And this is one of the Tibetan words that everyone can remember, because it sounds like what it means in English. Lelo. Lelo. Lazy. Lelo. I don't feel like it. There's actually several different kinds of laziness. That's one, of course. I just don't feel like it. I don't feel like doing my practice. I don't feel like meditating. I don't feel like doing my yoga. I don't feel like it. I just don't feel like it. Not up for it today. You know? And days and months and years go by, decades go by, and then you get old and die. Because you have been lay-low. You lay-low your whole life. And many, many people seem to be doing that with this stuff. They're just, you know, I'll get to it later, you know. I'm busy at the... Here's the other form of lay-low. One form of lay-low is just not feeling it. The other form of lay-low, I'm too busy. I'm too busy to do what? The fun thing that will get me to the funnest. I'm too busy doing what? Suffering mostly. I'm too busy suffering and creating the causes for more suffering to do what? To have fun, to be happy. That's a very, very common mentality. Very common in our culture. Some of the most, you know, some of the people who really have a shot, they've got everything going for them. People like us, actually. Got everything going for them. They got the money, they got the time, they got the leisure, they got the education, they've got the connection to the teachings and to the teachers, got everything going for them, and they're too busy. You know, I can't do it, I've got this job, a very important job. Well, what is it? Oh, I'm doing this, you know, I'm marketing for blah, 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 blah. You know, it's just like bullshit. It's just bullshit. And you know, and everyone is convinced about how important their bullshit jobs are. And how they can't, like, take time from their bullshit jobs to do the thing that will make them happy. It's just pathetic, actually. It's sad. It's really sad. And people get into this mindset. Many people are shaking their heads with recognition because they were once probably in that mindset, or they certainly know people in that mindset. And it's a sad thing. These are very, very talented. Some of them are not only just talented and all the rest, but have the heart for it. They have the inclination. They oh yeah, that sounds good. You know, I should come to Tibetan Heart Yoga 6. I should do that. That sounds really good. But, you know, I got this thing, this deal at the job, and, you know, I got to, like, this project, I got to, like, finish up. And that's another way of laziness. That's just another form of laziness. See? It's another form of laziness. One Lama who was commenting on this, a Tibetan Lama, said it's easy to be both extremely busy and lazy at the same time. And as yogis, it's important to get unbusy. Very important. As part of your practice, get unbusy. You know, be the kind of person when people call you up, instead of, like, you know, people, sometimes people, maybe you're a person like that, you call them up, you say, how's it going, what are you doing? And like 15 minutes go by, as they're telling you all the things that they're doing. Oh, I'm doing this, I'm going there, I'm blah, 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 and I got, oh, you got this deadline, blah, blah, blah. And instead of being a person like that, just practice, like, you know, just even say it, you know, like start saying it, then you like start doing it later maybe. But just start saying, what are you doing? Nothing. I'm a yogi, I don't do much. What are you doing? How are you wasting your life? You say, I'm not doing much, I just meditate and, you know, stretching out. You know, watching my morality. What are you doing? See, get on busy. It's a very important skill, actually. It's a very, and again, fighting the power in a big way in this culture. Fighting the power to say, I'm not doing anything right now. I'm just sitting here on a cushion with my eyes closed. What is that? So you're not making anything. You're not producing anything, are you? Well, not really. No, just here in my own mind. That's meditation, isn't it? That's what meditation is. Not doing anything. Not making anything. Not producing anything. You know, being a capitalist, you know, consumer capitalist dropout, and not buying anything and not producing anything either. And just get like used to that. Get used to that. And then get busy. You see, stop doing things and get busy with the things that matter. See, stop being busy with the things that don't matter. And start getting busy with things that do matter, which, you know, among other things, means living a slower, more relaxed, contemplative life. That's what a yogic life is, see. So get busy doing that. Relax and get busy. Relax and work harder. See. Relax from the, you know, unplug from the adrenaline machine of modern society. And then work hard for the things that matter.